Good afternoon, morning, evening, or night, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Elvis, and welcome to episode 38 of the Corncast. We are joined, as always, by Otis.
Yes.
Lawrence.
It is I, Laurent.
And Jordan.
Oh, okay. Hello.
I needed to bring back Jordan, or would you prefer to be known as Pierce around here?
No, Jordan is way better than that.
Jordan Pierce.
No, actually, on second thought, Pierce is better.
Before we get too deep into the show, let me just shout out the patrons, the Jam Media Patreon. You can get the audio version over there, support it that is, and get your name read out at the start of each month. How we doing, folks? It's 38, the 38th lockdown week. I'm kind of settled in. I've got my chamomile ready for a chunky cast. I got some topics today, but
I've got, well, you know, I don't have anything for this.
We're not actually in lockdown anymore, technically, are we?
No.
yeah.
Many of the
What do they call it
restrictions-
now then? It's like
Semi...
freedom with restrictions. Is that what they're saying?
Sure, they call it fart down, I'm pretty sure.
Hammer
We're
down.
transitioning into the fart down
I think
stage.
they call it lock barrel or barrel down.
Yeah, so let's transition into the lock barrel crucible down segment of the corn, where we kind of address some things from the last episode that weren't fully completed. Jack Diamond's going to start us off by saying, if you boys had to work together to fight every jarling, how many do you think you could take down? To make it easy for you, each of you get to pick one thing to use as a weapon that isn't a gun. So let's say out of the 90,000 jarlings, how many of them do you think you could take out before they take you out?
A lot of them. I'm going to be honest.
Wait, so they're unarmed and we get like a battle axe?
If that's your weapon of
Can it be
choice.
fictional weapons? 'Cause I was,
No.
you know,
No, you're not
that's
allowed
cheating.
to. So...
Because I was going to say, you just run forwards with a
Well,
lightsaber, wouldn't you? So,
Realistically, you wouldn't be able to win. It
No.
can't work. You wouldn't win.
If we all had lightsabers, we could kill
No, you couldn't.
90,000. Yeah,
90,000 people would overwhelm you.
no, they wouldn't. We just spin round.
Yeah, how could they even get close if they don't get
Then-
lightsabers as well?
Have you ever seen?
They'd be
you ever
running
seen
from
Resident
us.
Evil? They'd be like
Yeah,
Resident Evil.
but
and they're
no,
like
that's
the
a silly
laser corridor.
question. No, it's a silly question.
Oh, is it,
Oh,
James? It's
You can
a silly
fight
question, isn't it, James?
90,000 people. Oh, I'm going to use a lightsaber. No, be realistic. It's a fucking block of butter in a sock.
Soap in a sock.
Butter in a sock. That's
You're
my weapon.
referencing something that everyone won't understand.
Yeah, but I'll be able to take at least like 2 with me.
Uh,
I'm going to say like 12.
yeah,
Are we a team or
Yeah, we're a team.
just one-on-one?
it's like Left 4 Dead. Imagine
Yeah.
like that.
Oh, yeah,
It
I'd have to,
depends.
like a golf club then or something. A
No, a golf
cricket
club.
bat.
Why would you pick a golf club over like a sword? Or...
You'd have to hit with perfect
Sword.
force, like every single one of them in the temple, to like
Yeah.
actually efficiently take anybody down. Because and otherwise, they might just like get really hurt and
Get
have a
angry.
brain damage, but still kill you.
What about all of us with just really recently sharpened samurai swords, like
Well, no, because they're not
weeaboo style?
Not
No,
very
'cause-
practical. I'd rather just
yeah.
have like a broadsword because, like, it's just for like a moron, isn't it?
As do you not
No,
realise?
I feel like it would be quite easy to use a samurai sword.
Well, no, because you use a samurai sword differently to a normal sword. If you
Yeah,
with
'cause
a
only
sword,
one
you're
edge
just
is
you're just
sharp.
smacking them and you're doing damage, but you don't do that with a fucking samurai sword. That's not
Nah.
how they work.
You're wrong.
You're supposed to slice, pull back, slice, not just use it as a hammer. That's what you do with swords. Use it as a hammer. Boom. But realistically,
Maybe it's like 2 hammers or something. Like,
Well, how
old
far do we
boys.
want to go on the realistic weapon? Because just a truck, a lorry, boom, that's a weapon.
Just to take it there, dude.
It's a weapon. I'm not wrong.
Boom.
Fine. Casey Clark has one for us. I have a counter suggestion to the Swindon positivity. Maybe someday, if this virus ever disappears, a fun live podcast idea could be you to go for a walk around and document how horrible Swindon is for your non-UK viewers. I'd love to see real life Blight Town, as you describe it, in its full horror.
I don't. That wouldn't end well.
It would end with us being shivved.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where you'd go. I guess there's a few options.
You see, I'd like to rent out like a party room at the Dream Lounge and record an
No.
episode there.
Oh,
No,
God,
what
I'd
you
feel
do
horrible.
is you rent out that room in Casper's. Because then
And
you
then
can
invite
just
all
look
the
out.
strippers from the Dream Lounge, and
Yeah.
you got the pudding as well. Junior Forsen Thirdus left a pretty biting comment, actually, saying, "Premium private sex 100. Click here. 18 cams dot," and then just a bunch of symbols. I've noticed this on YouTube now. A bunch of I don't know. I don't remember that spotting this as much before. That like on Instagram, whenever a post is put up, immediately it's like a bunch of spam links and shit on it. So it's happening on YouTube now, including the Jar Media comment section.
That's where they belong, though.
Mm.
In the Jar Media comments, no, they don't
No?
belong there.
Do you
Look on the
think
link.
this is how AI, like, this is the beginning of the AI takeover?
Well, they do it by just leaving links on
Yeah,
random videos that
and you follow the link.
People
and
must
you...
click them. Like, who do you think actually
Yeah.
clicks those links?
old people.
Yeah, old
Think-
people.
I think it's old people.
Yeah, people that don't really understand the internet too great, and they're like looking up a gardening tutorial.
So they're
Someone's
like
like-
watching the latest cast, they're hearing the topic of Gooning being discussed, and they start getting a bit horny, and luckily
Yeah.
they see the premium private sex link in the comments, and then they just follow through.
Someone actually clicked on it though. No, found out where they ended up. Like, where do you actually go?
Jim
To-
knows.
To premium free sex.
Then why shouldn't we be clicking it? You know,
Well, you should if that's what you want.
I don't want that, but you know, like this is
Why?
just
It's free and premium.
Foxy Grandpa's going to round off this segment. Calling the housekeeping section the comment crucibarrel would fix everything. How do you guys feel about that one?
Hate it. Terrible.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
awful idea. Just
Yeah. Why the
embarrassing.
fuck- You know, just think before you speak next time, man. I mean, honestly.
Well,
Jesus Christ.
So was what is it? The crucible barrel at the moment?
Yeah. Crucible barrel.
Yeah, that just makes way more sense, you know.
Yeah.
Can we change to the barrel crucible?
Nah, that's just too far, you know. I like it as it is.
Yeah, a little bit of restraint, please. Jesus Christ. Doing this.
So I got a couple topics. The first is a little one I just want to bring up to just kind of bust James's balls a little bit, to be honest. About refunding Halo 3. You wanna?
Yeah, what the fuck, James?
why would I pay for a game I won't play when I only play Apex Legends? It's a waste
I feel like
of money.
you've bought loads of games that you don't play.
The last time I bought a game was quite some time ago.
What? Why don't you want to play it?
Yeah, why don't you want to play Halo 3 with us?
Because we don't play it.
We would if you were there.
No, you wouldn't. You just don't play game. You just
So you bought it and then refunded it.
no. I played like 2 matches of Jim and Ruben and refunded it.
Such a pleb.
I had good reason.
Yeah,
Owning a Halo 3 was living outside my means because I had no money for the whole month, and that £7 actually got me through the month. I needed the money. Simple as
Oh
that.
shit.
It
I
sounds
don't
like
buy.
somebody who saves too much and lives at home.
Well, yeah. I bought.
Yeah.
I bought.
£7. If you could not get through the month on £7, like
Yeah, I could.
fuck you.
It's like 2 Starbucks.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
no,
you go to
it's not.
Starbucks like 2 times a week.
Yeah, all you'd have to do is not go to Starbucks.
I
like,
haven't
once,
been to Starbucks in like a
and then
week.
then you could, and your fucking Velvetizer, and then you could have Halo 3. But you've chosen.
Why would I have
Velvetizer.
Halo 3 if I'm not going to play it?
Why have you got a
So you can be in
Velvetizer?
jar, look.
Because I use that like almost every day. And it's a vice. It's something I enjoy. I don't enjoy playing Halo 3.
You're a
That's
fool.
a fucking lie. That is a lie.
No, I enjoyed playing that I don't know, it's like the remake Halo multiplayer that's a part of the Master Chief Collection.
Halo 2 anniversary.
That's the fun one. I like playing that.
It's because it's actually like possible to kill people in it. To be fair.
Halo 3? Like, I'm a COD player. I didn't play Halo back in the day. I played COD. Why would I not want to play Halo now?
You hearing this, everybody? Listen to him.
COD's
Listen
just
to
better.
him.
That's a fact. Is there
Yeah,
something
I just
wrong?
tuned out the second I heard, why would I want to play Halo 3? I just, it's just...
No, but you guys have this weird like obsession with Halo 3 as if it's just like everyone's
it
got
is.
to love
As
it.
if it's a
and
masterpiece.
Halo. But
It's a masterpiece.
no,
As if it's a flawless piece of media.
that it's
Oh,
not
wait.
very good.
What's your favorite game then? Modern Warfare 2.
Fallout New Vegas.
Shit game. Not even functional. Halo 3 functional. Look at this. Look at this awesome game. Imagine if we had New Vegas gameplay up. How boring would that be?
Well, yeah, you don't watch New Vegas gameplay for fun.
I have a fucked anecdote. Something that happened to me that I didn't really enjoy, I gotta admit. It's just I don't know how to break this down, to be honest. It's kind of postman related, and just neighbours being weird. But I had the Royal Mail lady knock on the door and was like, "So I have next door neighbour's parcel, but they need you to sign for it because they won't come to the door, but they answered the door with this weird like doorbell with a camera on it that they can talk through like they're Jabba the Hutt." So they asked like, "Will you take the parcel then?" And I was like, "Okay," because I didn't really understand what she meant because I hadn't seen this new doorbell bullshit, Jabba shit. So then like half an hour later I was like, "I want to get rid of this parcel," and like wandered over to the neighbour and like interacted with the fisheye camera thing on their door. And then like this robot eye popped out of it and started talking. No, like the voice, the like shrewd, like kind of pixelated voice. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
So,
Hello?
Yeah, and they were like, I was like, yeah, we got a parcel for you. And then they kept saying, hello? Oh, for some reason, I can't hear you. Hello? So I was just standing there awkwardly, like waving into it, like talking into it. And then I held the package up to the camera, and she was like, "Oh, do you think you could leave the package around the side of the house in like the recycling bin or something?" I was like, "Okay."
Why
Just
didn't
the
they say that to the delivery?
Because it had to be signed for, and because they didn't want to get up and sign for it. That's the awkward way. So like, it's just like a total waste of time, all because someone didn't want to go to the door twice.
I thought they were for if you were like out.
Yeah, it's used so that like if you're out, you'll get a notification on your phone, and you can just be like, "Oh, I'm not in. Could you leave it here?" Simple, quite useful technology. Why would you use it when you're at home?
Of course, this is the way it's like actually adopted and used, so people could just like avoid any interaction they have to have. It's like one of the few like people we get to interact with at the moment. It's like the postman. It's like even that, nah. And the only other major thing I had was something I kind of wanted James's explanation on.
Oh no.
Something I hope you know about.
Oh,
Regarding it, it's like car related. So,
oh no.
did you see Elon Musk's like tunnel thing?
His boring.
Yeah, his boring company tunnel. I don't know where it's made, but it's like I'm gonna need you to explain it to me, like what the thought process and what the point of it is, because it's like a tunnel that splits into two,
Mm.
like single file tunnels that look really kind of small, like in diameter, and they just go on for what seems like miles.
So, what I know of the Boring Company is that it's this idea where, in the future, where there's so many cars on the road, like think of LA and like whatnot, where there's just a stupid amount of cars and traffic is a problem. It's the idea that he can bore tunnels underground, which people will be able to drive into from like a motorway to get to parts of the city and avoid traffic. But
Did you actually see the video? Where
I've
it was
seen-
like one of the Kardashians or Jenners or something like driving through it,
Yeah.
and it's like neon gamer colors and.
Hmm.
But I don't understand because the road is so narrow. If there was a crash or anything, if a car broke down, it's so narrow. There's no room for like you to get out barely. How does that work?
I don't know. Like I've heard things where it's all like planning so that it can be implemented on Mars. Like it's all just like research and development now for the future. And it's like trying to progress the way tunnels are mined, so it's a lot more efficient. But it does seem a bit pointless. Like the product you're going to get is kind of useless, but the way you get to that product is good. It's just like a typical Elon Musk type thing. I don't really
It's just
know.
yeah. It just seems like to just drum up attention. I didn't really understand what the video was showing. Like, is this like an idea for the future? All these tunnels like running through the underground for people to.
I don't understand how it could alleviate like
Traffic.
congestion if it's single file. Surely you'll just have like a tunnel where you're trapped. You gotta drive through these tunnels behind loads of people, stopping and starting all the time.
It all, in my mind, it just redistributes the same amount of traffic. It doesn't really alleviate it. It just kind of moves it somewhere else.
Well, some hope for the future. Some wait for the cool.
Especially Paul McCartney's out there. That's who we're waiting on. Fuck
No.
Elon Musk. We need Paul McCartney to show us the way. If you listen to any of his like latest album, I chucked it on the other day.
2 songs from it.
His voice is unrecognizable to me. He just doesn't sound the same at all.
I've heard 2 songs from it, but they were both songs which he doesn't sing on.
Oh, right.
Yeah, the one with Beck and the one called the something of Venus, Kiss of Venus.
And I can never forgive him for You. Such a weird pop song.
How about 4 or 5 seconds?
Kanye's best song, I mean.
Yeah, but that's just because Kanye bullied him. Kanye bullied an old man.
Wait, what's the story behind it?
He was just playing the guitar, and Kanye he just really liked this one bit. He did all this stuff, and then that was it. Like Paul McCartney, that tiny bit. I think he spent
really?
like the whole day with him or something. It was just that tiny bit.
Oh, I can't stand that song.
I love
Yeah,
it.
Paul McCartney, he's had one hell of a fall from grace.
Until he was in Destiny. That was like a spark of hope for the future, but...
Yeah, I suppose. What do you think is going wrong with him, though? Like, how can you be as talented as he was, and then
Get old?
when
Yeah. Like, his
that
his
it?
voice,
Not so
his
much old, I
voice
think
is
it
different.
might be,
His
Just time.
like, creative
like
mindset. It's
yeah,
different.
like he's made all the good music he can make at this point. Like it's done.
Yeah, it just seems like he's trying to prove himself. Like, yeah, I'm still a pop star. It's like, who cares?
Mm.
I prefer like the Jack White way of doing it, where you like just every now and again release something really cool.
But Jack White isn't like 80 or whatever the fuck Paul McCartney is.
Yeah, true. Maybe you just can't let go. I think
I like that song.
You actually listen to it.
Yeah, it's my favorite song.
You listen to it on YouTube Music.
Yeah. I love YouTube Music. It's the best music streaming site. No question. Don't even argue. Facts.
Well, what have you guys been killing time with?
We
Jamie,
watched a we watched a movie recently, Alex. Obviously
Oh,
separately.
God. Don't remind me. Dingle versus Kong.
Yeah, Dingle
Oh.
versus Schlong.
So it's the latest in the Monsters universe, which they've
Monsters
kind of
vs.
like. It might as well be in that same universe, to be honest. But they like big it up and they talk about it as if it is as kind of beloved as like a Marvel universe or something. When it's got like that Gareth Edwards Godzilla movie and the what's the Stranger Things girl that Drake likes called again?
Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah, her. She's in it and stuff. Or they're just like currently trendy actors are in this
the
stupid
Kiwi
cinematic
kid.
universe.
The Kiwi kid from Deadpool 2.
Oh yeah. He was probably cast in that because of Deadpool 2. A giant monkey fights a giant lizard and one of them wins.
For what, 5 minutes of the film? It's genuinely like there's nothing to say about the actual film because it offers nothing in terms of any like artistic vision.
Is there? Well, yeah. Is the battle between the said monkey and said lizard? Is there actually not a lot of it?
There's a
No, and what you get is lame.
yeah.
It's so lame. They that it's such a meme at this point. The like Battlefield 3 color palette, orange and blue thing. The whole movie looks like that for a start. So it looks really fucking synthetic and corporate and fake bullshits. Really annoying like art direction and style because it's Adam Wingard who's obsessed with this like 80s aesthetic but without like grounding it in anything that's actually like fun or engaging because you have all these human characters who everyone always complains about in these like Godzilla kaiju movies. Like just get past the humans, they're boring and lame, and it's like no different here, except the dialogue's somehow even worse. Like I don't know what you thought, Jim, but the characters, like why are they even in the movie? Like every time they say something it's just some stupid throwaway like expository line meant to explain the kaiju bullshit.
Yeah,
It's like they don't even care.
you don't like any of the characters. They exist to say it's written in the destiny that Kong will fight Lizard.
Yeah, which I don't remember ever being like mentioned before.
Yeah, it's so obvious that. Well, first of all, they just ripped off the Avengers style. It's like the most insidious example of just like a studio scrambling and thinking, okay, what IPs do we have? We tried doing The Mummy, that didn't work.
Is it the same King Kong from Skull Island?
Yeah.
So that is the same universe. I just wanted to make sure because
it
movies
is.
can do whatever they want now and just
But Skull Island, actually, I was expecting to get more of an extension of that, with the way Kong has some kind of fun action at the end of that movie where he's like beating up like a lizard thing with a boat, and there's some like memorable stuff in that movie. That director's,
there is.
There's like some visual stuff I actually remember. The approach to this new one, it's like they're copying BVS, and I don't know why the fuck you'd ever want to do that. But it boils down into the like I guess minor spoilers for the movie if you guys care, but you don't even really get the title as much as it's really just about a fight with a different kaiju that hasn't been in like one of the stupid movies yet, and it's not cool unless you went into it and the only thing you're after was like kaiju fights without anything else at all, like nothing. But even then I don't think they're good kaiju fights. So like the Pacific Rim ones are way better, like conceptualized. The storyboarding sucks, like the action itself is like the choreography of what is going on, there's nothing memorable about it. Like what is the best action scene in the movie, for example, Jim? Like what is the standout moment that like
there really
remember?
isn't one, and The movie like tries so hard between the action scenes to bore you so that you're not paying attention. So
Yeah,
then,
because I like what I didn't have high expectations. Honestly, I was not. I was looking for the bare minimum. Just give me like fun fights and some kind of energy to this, some kind of self-awareness, maybe a bit of commentary, like the original Japanese movies and that one Shin Godzilla from a few years ago, which was actually way better and handled it with a bit of like respect as opposed to, well, I feel like just asking anything from the premise is already asking too much. But
just remember the good Godzilla is the guy who did Evangelions involved in it. Whee!
Good Godzilla. Do you mean the one from 2003 or some shit?
I
Starring
mean the Shin
Matthew
Godzilla, the one you
Broderick?
just
Is that
said.
one?
yeah, Matthew Broderick and
Inspector
the guy
Gadget.
who's the birds in Hop, Hank Azaria.
I liked that movie as a kid. The only thing I know about new Kong movie is my friend. Like, I just read some review. I read a review on Letterboxd, and he just said about how he couldn't help but think of the opening to Shrek. With the opening of that film, apparently, and how he was just joking about re-editing it so that it has Smash Mouth on it, and how he just that would fit or something. I don't know. That's all I've got. That's all I know about it, is that it's boring, but the opening you could re-edit Smash Mouth on.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, for sure. It reminded me though of the Universal universe. They wanted to make.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
It's
with
like
Dracula Untold. Or whatever it's called. Yeah,
and
Rebound or whatever.
yeah, Mummy. And they were gonna have the Invisible Man. It was gonna be like
Good
Johnny Depp or
Depp.
something.
Yeah.
It's rare for like because it's just weird to think that Tom Cruise was in the Mummy.
Yeah.
Usually he's a bit better at picking his like trash.
Yeah, they're normally successful too, and that was a huge flop.
Yeah, but if you're an actor and some producer comes up to you and he's like, "Yeah," or casting dude, they're like, "We got this universe in the works. It's gonna be just as big, if not bigger, than Marvel.
And you're gonna be the Iron Man."
You're gonna get like a couple 100 million for the first one. You're Iron Man. Let's do it. You're not gonna say no, are you?
No, I suppose not.
Yeah, I can't blame the actors. It's for the same reason you don't really blame like Ben Affleck and Aquaman and all that for the Justice League fuck up.
I don't blame him for it being bad. I'm just surprised that he was in it. It's just weird when you see him in film of quality like Mission Impossible, and then he's in that. It's just a strange, like, oh, okay. I didn't think you even needed to bother.
We're not short for these like corporate scrambles to try and cash in on cinematic universes, and I mean, the ripple effect is still going, and I don't know if it's ever going to stop. Like until I guess Marvel stops working, but God, it just doesn't seem necessary at all, because this universe in particular, there's no real link or point to any of them. You can watch them independently and you basically have the same experience. There's really no point, aside from just riding a trend. And it's so transparent, but I guess I'll have to see what people like in the comments say, because my expectations were higher, and I was kind of shocked by how bad.
I was
Dingle
expecting
was.
schlock, like
Yeah, like fun
sort of-
schlock.
yeah, it doesn't give you
Stupid
time
kaiju
to think.
schlock,
sort
like
of
Pacific Rim schlock, where it's really
Yeah.
stupid, but the action has like fun moments in it. It's memorable. Like there's nothing.
That's what I was
like that
hoping
in
for.
Dingle.
Because the other reviews I'd seen didn't really make it clear whether they thought it was good or not. They were just like jokey, hee hee ha ha reviews. But I'm disappointed now that it sucks.
Yeah. And because we don't have HBO Max, I paid for it too, so that's an extra kind of dagger in the heart. 'Cause it's like, ugh. Wow. We didn't get to go to the cinema, but instead, they still somehow managed to fuck me with a just terrible film that wasted my time.
Yeah, don't watch it. James, does shit stick to your asshole hair?
Only when it's
Yeah, how many
diarrhea.
dingles you got when you got these kind of diarrhea fart explosions? Like,
No, Alex,
now?
not many people get dingles.
how do you know? How do you actually know that?
Who the fuck gets a dingle?
How would you know?
Argy.
Don't lie, you've had dingles.
I've never had a dingle.
You have had a dingle.
I've not had a dingle.
You
The
have
fact you're
had a
so
dingle.
quick to deny also kind
Yeah,
of
have you had a
implies-
dingle?
In my
Everyone's had a
lifetime, I'm
dingle.
sure. I'm absolutely sure.
Yeah, the thing is, I probably have, but I don't remember when I have dingles.
We'll see you after
He
these
does.
messages.
Hello, this is me, Arnie. You do realise that there are Bebo shirts available, right? Take a look at the really cute shirts. Look in the description or under the video for more.
Welcome to the second half of the Corn, where we answer questions from the Corn community. If you want to leave your own questions for us to ask, head over to the suggestion thread where you can leave anything you like. Deludry's going to start us off. Do you Mingaronis, especially Alex, ever regret some of the weird stuff said on the cast? For example, in episode 11, Alex says, "What are we talking about? Corn. So corn is poo. Very suspicious. I have a feeling corn might be something alien. Like, forget about xenomorphs, forget about, aliens in movies. It's corn you have to worry about. Because I think it's up to something. What if that was the corn's plan? It goes through your entire digestive system, and then from that it can mimic you. And each person is gradually a piece of corn that has been mimicked. Jim, what is your subject?" I have no memory of saying that, but I believe that is in that episode.
Wait, no, don't. This might be a ploy to like gaslight us into thinking we said shit that we
maybe
haven't.
they've just mimicked their way into the cast with a mimic question about mimicry. Oh, god damn it.
Maybe this is the corn. Wait, you said that about corn?
Yeah, because when you poo corn, it's like unchanged.
Yeah.
So the theory is they're like getting your
I understand
biological information.
the theory, but no, I regret you saying that. Yeah.
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 Yeah. Go back a bit further, and I guess I regret that we made a video where James was in a green bin dancing, and I'm like, what was the plan there? What was the end game?
That's
We're
one of
in
my
the
few
end game now.
non-regrets is that video. It's like the magnum
I
opus.
just I look at it and I'm like, what did I expect the reaction to be? Like at school and shit. What was I thinking for?
Sorry, this is my trauma. You're not allowed to fucking talk about it.
I'm in that video too, asshole.
Yeah,
I'm there.
but I'm the main fucking centerpiece.
El Biggie has one for us. Who is the worst Dibby? Which Dibby character is really unbearable to watch? It's your personal least.
We need the Dibby list.
Refer to the list, please, because I'm struggling.
Hold on, I've got to load it up.
Like, there are ones that I would imagine would be horrible, like Pawnee. Like, I imagine that's horrible to watch. I've not watched it, so I don't know.
I don't find him unbearable because he was the only thing that was making that movie bearable. So, I'm gonna just go with the plain and simple and say Minions.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it might be Minions. That they do wind me up. Like I saw an advert today for Sky, and it's so like, look, the funny yellow people. They're doing things that you do sometimes, like maybe going to watch a movie or going on TikTok. And it just made me angry. I was like, God, it's so predictable and formulaic, and it's so like, look, everyone, this is you. Like the yellow things.
Yeah, it's Minions are Dibby's like sort abused. They've abused.
They're
the
like
Dibby.
Dibby's reduced at. It's like the next level of cynical. They almost need their own like term where it's like the next level of Dibby. But they're not even hiding. They're not even trying to hide it anymore.
Yeah.
It's just Dibby abused. It makes me think of
Dibby
it's like a Metal
abused.
Gear Solid thing. Dibby abused. Or abused Dibby.
James, what's your least favourite one? What comes to mind?
When what?
Just your worst Dibby.
Worst Dibby?
Yeah.
I'm gonna need the Dibby list. I can't remember any Dibbies.
Like Pawnee, Baby Yoda, Olaf, Ewoks, Toy Story Aliens, Scrat, Wall-E. You've got to have something.
Minions. That's not the correct answer.
So, what is
Go
there?
on.
I can't say. I find it too difficult.
God damn it. Jim, what was your one?
I'd agree with Minions, but because you already said it, I'm gonna say the squirrel.
Scrat.
Scrat. Yeah. I was never that into Scrat, I gotta be real. Tighter Than Bark On has one for us. I was wondering if you guys have any songs that are earworms, or just any songs that annoy you. For me, it would be the song Happy by Pharrell Williams. Speaking of Minions, it would play every other hour on the hour at the grocery store I'd work at, and would not leave my brain until I got home and listened to something else. It caused me such pain and misery. Thanks, you goons.
Oh fuck! No, this is a really fucking difficult one. Because there was a. I worked in a garage, right, and they'd have a radio on. And it'd be on like BBC, like Radio 1 or whatever. So it's the same thing. And it was like, I'm trying to remember what year it was. This might be 2016 time. But the chart songs then were fucking atrocious. And all of them. Because I listened to all of them every day. All of them were terrible. Can't remember any specific, but just that era. Let me Google.
The most earwormy song I can think of off the top of my head is that I don't even know what it's called. I just know it because of that one guitar riff. It's just like the advert.
Yeah, INX.
Yeah.
I am Inx's. I don't know how you meant to say it.
I remember reading
Need You
the
Tonight.
Genius lyrics
Yeah.
for it. Yeah, Need You Tonight, or reading the Genius lyrics, and it's just like, yeah, the guy who came up with it just randomly thought of the guitar riff and then like took a taxi home and made the song in like an evening.
No, he was. I'm pretty sure he was about to get in the taxi to leave, and he was like, "Wait here. I need to write this down."
Yeah, he wrote that
Something
down
like
and
that.
then went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually quite a good song, though.
And then Dua Lipa has a version of it as well.
You're one of my kind.
Yeah, it didn't necessarily have to be one you don't like. That's just an
Right.
earwormy one to me because it's just so simple, you know, that why you know the song.
I'm trying to think. I don't know then.
I do
had
feel
one at
that way about
first.
Christmas songs. It's the main reason I can't stand them. It's the repetition, but
I think the Get Lucky.
you think it's earwormy.
I think it is earwormy.
I'm tired of
I
pretending
think-
like it's not.
the year it came out, it was played so much.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's an inherently earwormy song, but it's like hypnosis. It's been drilled into the
It was played a
deepest
hell of a
parts
lot,
of our
wasn't it?
brain. Yeah, because when I went to the gym all the time many moons ago, it would play like every 3 songs. It would just be Get Lucky.
Really?
Yeah, it was so popular.
Yeah, I can be alright with them if they're like that kind of quality, but I have to say often earworms are just like bollocks I hear that I just can't get out.
Havana, that was one. That was one of them.
Yeah, Havana
Well,
Unana.
Yeah.
I heard that. Yeah. Yeah, I heard that a lot. I was going to say, it just came to me, there were 3 songs that I remember distinctly from being on holiday in Italy in like 2 years ago. And yeah, that song was one of them, and the other 2 are just 2 songs that I think were only popular in like Italy. So I remember them.
You
But
know,
yeah, that one.
it's maybe not, it kind of fits into the earworm thing, but it's just a band that whenever I think about, and I don't know if you can even call them a band, but they're just responsible for like the worst music ever, and that's LMFAO. Remember those guys?
Oh.
No,
my
I love
God.
LMFAO.
Fuck.
Yeah, they're an uncle and nephew like team.
Yeah, they're in like their songs are used in like every advert and every trailer. holy shit!
Yeah, they made their 2 like albums or their 2 songs, and it was like Party Rock Anthem, and then Sorry for Party Rocking, and then they fucking went. It's such a perfect arc.
They left such a mark on pop culture from those 2 fucking albums, and I was. Yeah, that's my main answer then. Corn Toilet is a fucked up one for us. Hello there, goons. Firstly, I just wanted to thank you guys because as a bored college student in quarantine, this podcast has given me a lot of much needed entertainment. Keep up the good work. Now for my question. When you guys wipe your ass, do you fold the toilet paper into neat squares or bunch it up? I myself wrap the toilet paper around my hand until I have a toilet paper mitten. Cheers.
How much toilet paper are you fucking using in one wipe?
Yeah, that's such a wasteful way of doing it.
It's gonna block your toilet. Yeah.
The mitten thing is just unacceptable.
It's 4 sheets. It's the 4-sheet fold.
Nah,
That's
4 sheets is too much, I'd say. If you want to be
can
truly
do 3.
economic.
Yeah. I think you can definitely use 3. I think 2 is pushing it though.
I think this question depends on the type of poo you are having. If it's diarrhea, there's no point folding. You just gotta get it out. You just gotta wipe. But if it's a clean shit, then you fold.
See, I don't know how anal you guys are with your whole routine with this shit. Because do you guys have like wet wipes in there at any point, or how thorough you guys get?
They are available, so depending on the situation. Yeah. It really depends on the situation. Obviously, if you have a one wipe, wonder, then you just
right, yeah, it's
then you just stand up
contextual.
and leave. Yeah.
I don't like wet wipes.
Really? I like them. I can't feel clean after.
I like that fresh feeling sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think it's all that fresh though.
No, it's fresh.
Well, you do it and then you dry it off again. Yeah,
you don't leave the just residue wetness there just to linger.
But skin is somewhat absorbative, and so when skin gets wet, there's like a feeling. I don't know.
The fuck are you talking about? When skin gets wet, there's a feeling.
Yeah, if you go and wash your hands right now and then dry them, you get all the water off your hands. There is still like a wetness to your hands.
Oh, it feels nice and fresh though. That feeling, even when you've washed your hands and you've dried them off.
It's nice after a shower. But if I've got my trousers
feel really
pulled
nice,
up and I'm dressed and stuff, and there's the moist feeling among the depths,
well enough, man. You're not drying well enough.
No, you just don't know the feeling. You couldn't know the feeling.
How could I? I don't have an asshole.
Do you never get
a feeling?
Do you never get the feeling when you've
That's an earworm.
really bad diarrhea? Like
I haven't had diarrhea. James, this is a thing that you seem to have like way too often. What the fuck are you eating?
Yeah, dude, be real. How often do you have diarrhea?
Well, it depends what type.
Do you have diarrhea more than once a week?
No, that would be obscene. That would be like
that would be.
Well, I don't know what we're dealing with right now. Like you haven't set the bounds.
Well, I'm not talking like liquid fucking shit. I'm not that diarrhea, but
you're just talking about the old.
Yes, like one of them. Like when you do that and you wipe, you just get a feeling,
No, but how often do you have the?
That's not what I'm talking about, though.
Yeah, but that's still a feeling. It's a fucking horrible feeling.
Alright, let's just talk about feelings, everyone. Fuck it. Bring anything into it. Any feeling.
I get it like maybe once every 3 weeks.
That's still way too much. I've just said I haven't had diarrhea since I was like 4.
That can't be true.
I'm telling you. Like, not.
What are we classing as diarrhea, though?
Oh, like you're trapped on the toilet and it is literally water.
Yeah, I haven't had that in fucking ages. We're talking about the
diarrhea.
No, we're talking about Alex's. What Alex said.
The duck pillow gaming squirt.
Yeah.
The slops.
Oh, yeah, right. Well, I mean, you have bad shit. And if I just drink a lot one night and eat something, spicy,
yeah, then you get it's a bit more liquidy.
You have the gut wrencher. You have the gut wrenching shits the next day.
Yeah, like you get them every 3 weeks. Depends what I've eaten,
I just imagine there being one Gerling specifically out there who hates it every time poo comes up, and like they start like gagging and shit whenever. I just picture them
Convulsions.
every time. Yeah, they're like driving their car around and they're like "Ugh," in the car. Like Leg 27 has one for us. Hey Jar, when talking about games, you mentioned mainly console and PC games, but were you ever into app or mobile games, or just general thoughts on them? I enjoyed Fruit Ninja, Doodle Jump, and WRB. Back in the game, I felt that mobile gaming had some promise back then, but now I feel like mobile games have completely gone down the toilet.
Wrong. That person hasn't watched a specific video on this subject. Go watch that. It's a good video.
What are
No,
you talking about?
Luke Racevik's video on mobile gaming where he literally answers that question of the view of mobile gaming. It's a good video.
Yeah, that's because it is shit though. Like, mobile gaming is.
No, there's a lot of
It's
potential
been
for
shit.
it.
Oh yeah, there's always been potential, but if you
Rockstar.
describe what it is right now, it's shit. Well, it has been shit for a long time because it was like they're all about that race to the bottom thing. So the nickel and
realised-
diming situation is just ridiculous.
Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of people now, it's they don't actually want to play a game on their phone in the same way as the games they would play at home. It's they want something they can probably play with one hand or some shit. I don't know. It's just
Yeah, because I see the market for like Game Pass. I would love to be able to just stream stuff to like my iPad and just use like a controller, which I mean I think is the plan. But you need the streaming speeds to be able to do that, and that's not really mobile gaming. Is it's kind of something different. That's streaming. I used to like Plants vs Zombies. The first one was really good. The second one was shit. Fruit Ninja I liked for like a gimmick
Fruit
when that
Ninja,
came
man.
out.
Fruit Ninja was
Jetpack
good.
Joyride I liked as well. There were some good ones, but yeah, it was mostly just like from being trapped in like places where I'd kill some time. I don't normally. Whenever I have a chance to play games, I'm not going to be playing it on my phone. Got a Switch or PC or anything. Anything else is preferable than playing on my phone.
I've synced some time into gacha games on phone, like Fire Emblem Heroes.
No!
Yeah, I synced quite a fair amount of time into that one. And then there was this other one. I can't remember its name, but it was
Say
popular at the
Genshin
time.
Impact.
Do you
just
rate the
say it.
time or what? Do you regret it or how do you
Fire
feel
Emblem
about it?
Heroes was a fun game, and I
Yeah?
liked playing it.
Would
What's
you
the gacha
play?
game?
Would you play Genshin Impact?
Well, it just looks a lot more advanced than like a Fire Emblem Heroes. It's like an actual game that's on like PlayStation.
We know how you feel
4.
about actual games, so you just can't be bothered to play them.
Yeah. I
Halo
would
3.
shut up. No, I probably wouldn't play Genshin Impact,
Genshin Impact.
Genshi, whatever it is, the anime game.
But you, Jim, because you've gone in like phases of like in those puzzle games and stuff on mobile, but
Yeah, I wouldn't even call those like games.
yeah, exactly.
Like,
You
and
get
there's-
real hooks on those shits, man. Just shit like that. You'll
That's
just
the
be like,
thing,
"Got to level
though.
a
You
billion."
can be
I'm like, "What are
addicted
you
in the
doing?"
same way someone's addicted to like Apex Legends. There are people who are addicted to like crossword apps and stuff.
Well, I
you know?
never get addicted. Yeah, that's the thing. When a game is like that classic, like crossword or Connect Four.
Crosswords are fun, though. Crosswords are fun. I'll
Yeah,
say it.
exactly. They're
I
just
like
like a
those.
tried and true game sort of
It's
thing.
just a
So
game.
you
like,
don't
it's just a-
you don't get addicted to like the fucking loot boxes or the things you pay for.
Oh, yeah, you do. That's why they all do it.
No, I mean with these games that I play, like Connect Four
Oh,
and
right.
shit. I'm not getting packs, and I'm not
Yeah.
getting
You
all
play
this
Connect
shit.
4 at the moment?
No, that was just one I used to play on this Connect 4 app. Even
I played Tetris for a little while on an app.
what's
I
the
like
one?
Tetris.
It
2048.
was Turn
kept playing
10 you
that.
liked, didn't you?
1010.
Yeah, 1010.
That was
1010.
it.
Yeah.
But no,
so
I'm-
1010.
I played what the fuck is it called? With the cards, and you gotta like
Solitaire?
solitaire. Yeah.
Yeah, Solitaire is great. I've gone through a few. Like, yeah, you usually remind me of it, and I'm like, oh yeah, and I play it for a little bit.
Yeah, because I remember like completing a solitaire in under a minute.
It's bullshit on the app because obviously you can just
Yeah,
like,
you can,
spam
like,
if you
you
get
can
like good
pack it.
RNG. Yeah, but yeah, presents its own. It's a unique solitaire challenge, I guess.
Yeah. So yeah, that shit I find fun, but it's only when I've got like nothing else, going on in
You've
that
got
exact
nothing
moment.
left.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Zane Creations has one for us. What do you boys think of the rumored The Last of Us remake? Though there are some technical aspects of the original game that could be improved, I'd rather see Naughty Dog put that effort into a brand new project. Do you guys see this as a sign that PlayStation is falling into Marvel formula trap?
Well, they've already tried to brand themselves as like a Marvel thing with the Sony Game Studios.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd say it's more of like a AAA trap where they all just turn into, well, yeah, we could experiment with kind of smaller games, but what it really boils down to is one or two franchises that we just milk until we can't milk it anymore.
Just to clarify, the Sony Game Studios thing is because they changed their logo. They have like an opening logo sequence like Marvel has, where it features all their iconic
Yeah, which is
characters.
worse, I reckon. The old one was, I don't know, it felt really cinematic whenever a Sony game was starting. Now it just
now
seems
it's
more
gross. Has product feeling
Mm-hmm.
instead of like cool feeling. Yeah, I liked it when just say Sony and Sony Computer Entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah, just simple. But I didn't really understand why they were remaking this Last of Us game until I heard the idea put forward that their main motivation is probably something like fueled by the success of that Witcher show and the boost of sales they got after that show came out, and with this HBO Last of Us in the works, they might be thinking, oh, we can kind of get another boost if we release the game for a third time around the same time as this HBO show. So on a corporate level, that's the only way I can really understand it, because otherwise it's just stingy as fuck. Like you cut they just basically want to charge so you can play it on PS5 with the best specs. Lame approach.
It's not Naughty Dog though, is it?
Naughty Dog, as far as what I remember from that huge brief thing that came out, is the Days Gone devs, what are they called? Sony Bend? What are they called? They were going to be put on the Last of Us remake, but then because Naughty Dog are, they kind of like to control the IP, they took the reins to do it internally. So
yeah, I think this is worse than like movie shit. Like what they've been doing.
I think they wanna like package it in with The Last of Us 2 and do like the PS5 special Last of Us collection shit, but yeah.
But if it's a remake, what films get remade? In I guess you could argue like all Marvel films are remakes of each other.
Well, it's
or
also a problem of like, what does remake even mean? Are they gonna remake the game in The Last of Us 2 kind of graphics, so there's like a consistent look to the universe you can play on like one game, one experience? Because I could be down with that. Because The Last of Us 2 looks insane. I mean, the engine's really impressive. If it looked like that would be cool. But I don't know how realistic or feasible that would be.
But also, it's totally not necessary.
Yeah, no, I think The Last of Us 1 has aged just fine.
Yeah, I played it
not
recently.
one of my complaints with it. Yeah.
It's a waste of time.
All that would be cool would just be a free update to get that frame rate as high as possible on the PlayStation, and maybe the resolution too, if that's not up. Like it's really not that complicated, is it? The competitors aren't charging for that kind of thing.
Nothing has done that. If they do it and they're really successful, it's gonna set a really bad
seems
precedent.
like. Do you remember when like the PS4 and the Xbox One came out? It was just non-stop re-releasing shit.
There
from
are
the
a few
360.
remakes, obviously, because some games aren't actually, they're not remasters. There have been a number of remakes, but Sony have already done it with Ratchet and Clank, and they made it worse.
But they've got that studio that's like done really impressive remakes, like the Shadow of Colossus.
I guess yeah, that's the thing. But because the remake of Ratchet and Clank is a game that's from like 2002, so
Yeah, exactly. And Shadow of the Colossus is a PlayStation 2 game as well, isn't it? So
yeah, I'm not saying there isn't remakes. I just mean like it's not even been like 5 years.
Yeah, like imagine if like
Well, it has.
343 were like, we're gonna remake Halo 5, just like this year.
Like, even Halo 1 wasn't remade after it being out for 10 years. It was remastered. Like, the
Yeah,
game is
didn't
exactly
need-
the same.
Didn't need to be remade. Yeah, with The Last of Us, so. I mean, Sony are the ones that have done it a number of times. Like already, they're sort of doing these little things. Like I said about Spider-Man, I think the other day, and how now he has a face in the update that looks more like Tom Holland. I guess to bring parity to Sony's investment in the Marvel universe, as well as the games that they are now making with the Spider-Man license.
Yeah, I don't like the way that games can just completely change now. So the version I play is like not the version anymore. Some kid got a PlayStation 5 and played Spider-Man PS4. Like, it's just got a different face. It's like a different thing. It's so strange.
Yeah, the weirdest thing is that you could go and play Miles Morales after playing Spider-Man PS4, like when it came out. And the sequel, the person his face will have just changed. The main character from the previous game, he has a different face now.
It seems like they're just doing it because they can, not because it's like the right decision.
I mean, it's neither. Why would you change that because you can?
Here we go. I've got one. Halo TV show comes out, and then they make it so that Steve Downes, they update Halo. All of Master Chief's lines are now voiced by that guy whose name I don't remember, but it's not Steve Downes. Pablo Schreiber? Pablo Schreiber?
The Gears of War 5 added an actor into the main character's role, or one of the main character roles, who isn't even in an upcoming movie. It's just like
funny.
Yeah.
At least it's optional though.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm totally fine with that. Why they went to the effort of getting that actor to record lines for the whole game, I don't really understand.
People had been asking for years, like there'd been that thing of, get Batista to be Marcus Phoenix in a Gears movie. That has been a request for some time, for some reason.
So, we had a fair few respondents write in about goon sacks, because I've noticed this before, there is a surprisingly large collection of Jarlings, specifically in Australia, so we've got a lot of feedback about this whole goon sack bullshit. But Ronanock199 is going to start us off. Hey Jar, I just wanted to correct a crucial barrel comment from this week. As a broke Australian university student, I wanted to mention that we do not call it a goon sack, but a goon bag. It comes in a foil bag, yes, but it is usually in a box with a dispenser. It is cheap shit and gives horrible hangovers, but as us Aussies love using it for beer pong, in beer bongs, and in goon roulette, clipping the goon bag to a clothesline and spinning it around, and whoever it lands on has to swig. Basically 80% of Australian culture involves being idiots in a backyard and seeing how much cheap alcohol you can smash in a night. Also, Australians also call sweaters Sloppy Joes, since Sloppy Joe was mentioned in a semi-recent Corncast. Yeah, we're pretty weird over here. But then it doesn't end there, because other Australian people started replying to this guy, like Jay Chadswick, who says, "Whereabouts are you from? In Queensland, it's definitely a sack." He says he's from NSW, so maybe it's a bit different here. And then Dev the Hero replied saying, "It is a goon sack." So, I guess it is a goon sack. It's not going to stop me referring to it as a goon sack.
Well, it sounds like it's kind of eyes of the beholder sort of thing.
But there are two more here even. Z
Just
Zola
like here,
said...
buns, rolls.
Yeah. But Zola said, follow-up to a follow-up from last episode, but when James joked about Australians drinking Goon, cheap cask wine, from a clothesline, he was actually right. Goon of Fortune is a game mainly played by high schoolers, in which a goon bag is attached to a Hills hoist clothesline and spun around until it stops above someone. And finally, Blog Fawn says, "Hi Mingers, just wanted to elaborate a bit on the whole goon sack culture in Australia because I feel my fellow Aussies from last episode didn't quite emphasise the cultural icon that is the goon sack, especially among us uni students. At least where I'm from in Victoria, we call it a goon sack. It's more common to hear goon bag." Okay, this is kind of explaining it a bit more. "It is not an understatement to say that almost every single party I've been to from year 10 has involved one or multiple goon sacks. At university parties, they would bus us to the clubs and pour goon into our mouths as we sucked the plastic teat of the sack while the bus drove, with one lucky chugger getting the remnants poured over his head in a shoey, which for those who don't know is filling one's shoey, it must be them.
Yeah, it's a shoey.
Shoey, yeah. It's just the way it's spelled. Which for those who don't know is filling one's shoe with alcohol and chugging it until either you finish it or pour it over your head. The goon sack is so ubiquitous in Australia that most uni students who hear the words crispy white or fruity white will shudder at the sound. But the goon sack is not simply an alcoholic beverage. The goon sack is the party. You play beer pong with the goon. You attach it to a spinning clothesline and try to catch the bag, known as ring around the goonie, so that's another name for it. You inflate it and pop it when it's empty and all sorts of other stupid stuff. The goon sack is also known as the silver pillow, as an empty sack can be inflated and slept on like a camping pillow. Also, for those wondering, the sack does have a plastic sprout that's kind of like the ones you use on a keg of beer. Honestly, the wine isn't undrinkable, but it does taste pretty shit. I'm not joking when I say this is just a fraction of how well known the goon sack is here in Australia. P.S. Every time I see one of those silver boys, all I remember is James speaking about gooning. Thanks, gents. Holy fuck.
There is goon law.
Yeah, there
goon.
is. I
It's
love
just
that.
like uni culture then. It's just goon.
Yeah.
That's way
Yeah,
better
it's
than it
just-
is here.
Dark fruits and not even doing anything very funny with it. Just drinking it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the
Haven't,
fact that everyone knows about the clothesline thing.
Ring around the goon.
It's part of Australian culture.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very glad that we're being educated on this subject. Kind of feel like I'm missing out, not having the option
Yeah.
of a goon.
It does sound like
Well-
a lot of fun.
What's stopping us from making it a thing? Like,
I mean,
if we
box
start-
wine
Where'd you
is
get
funny.
it?
You just
You
buy
just
box
buy-
wine, take
yeah,
it out of the box.
Yeah, that's
But I feel
It's not the same.
it's not the same.
no, it is.
It's
You
literally,
buy
it comes in a silver bag. We take
Yeah.
it out of the box, it's in a silver bag.
It's
Is
only
it
just
crispy
cheap.
white?
It
You
can
can
be.
get some white wine, yeah, you can get some cheap, £4 house white.
Boom. I bet uni students will fucking go to it like fucking. They'd love it. We'd be icons for bringing gooning to the United Kingdom.
We'll get on Lad Bible.
Yeah.
These epic lads are bringing gooning to the UK.
Ugh.
I'm gonna start selling it. That's my business. Is just selling
Or
goon.
buying box
Yeah,
wine, taking it out of the
yeah.
box.
You're a goon importer, exporter.
Yeah. But it does sound like a terrible time. Like actually, in my view,
The hangover part, yeah.
yeah, it
sounds
sounds
bad.
fucking horrible. But I guess it doesn't matter when it's all about the goon.
Oilholic has a penultimate one here. Who would win in an unarmed hand-to-hand combat? All of the Jar members or a Grunt from Halo? Keep in mind in the novels, a scared Grunt literally tore open a militiaman's abdomen, exposing his intestines with nothing more than his claws.
We could smack a Grunt
I
out.
reckon the four of us could do it, yeah.
You just tackle it, rugby tackle it, and then
Yeah, you tackle it and then, you know...
They have
There would be
claws.
there'd be at least 1 to 2 casualties, but I reckon we could take it
Plus,
down.
who gives a shit about the books?
yeah, the shit books.
Yeah, you just go boo and then it shits itself.
Yeah. And you die a million times because you got a bad checkpoint or something.
Now, elites though, yeah, we're fucked.
Oh, yeah.
Jackal
I mean-
sniper, well, that could take that easy.
Yeah, but a human sniper is still like... It's like you'd still just get killed by a human with a sniper. I don't think it matters what the thing is. Just a sniper in general. It's game over.
Okay,
Yeah,
then just
What
a
do you think,
jackal.
Jim? Do you think you could fight a grunt from Halo 1-on-1? Or
1-on-1.
4, sorry. 1-on-4.
Me
I mean.
versus 4 grunts.
4 of you versus 1 grunt.
Me and an eagle versus 3 grunts.
Shut up.
And then when you take out 2 of the grunts, then a wolf comes in to help the last grunt.
Did you see that tweet, that viral tweet not long ago that was like, if you don't know what to say to a guy, just ask him what animal they can fight? That's just
I've
I've
got one. It's fucking, Joseph Anderson. Did you see his poll he did where it was like, who would win? Someone with a 34-inch baseball bat or someone with a knife? And most of the people on Twitter think the baseball bat wielder would win. You're getting stabbed in that scenario if you're the baseball bat wielder. You're just getting slashed up and bleeding.
It depends how quickly.
Are they the same size person?
That was it. Yeah, equally sized. And people are like, oh no, the guy with the bat's got range. No, you're getting stabbed. That's it.
Well, no, it depends. If someone
The
with a
bat
bat,
guy, he's got a chance, but if he fucks up, he's going to be punished.
On your head first.
He's not going to though. Like you run at someone with a knife, and you just sort of like, your arm's going to get smashed by it, and it's going to hurt. But
because a baseball bat to the head can knock you out in one go, easy. If he gets
you're
that
not going
out,
to.
I think the baseball bat could win.
You're wrong. You're so Joseph Anderson, and there was someone else who just replied. I think it was Max Mofo, and it was like, yeah, it's the knife. And he was like, yeah, you're right. It's the knife.
No, I think there's too many variables.
Nah.
No. Think of it like a simulation that runs 100 times. The knife is going to win the majority of times. It doesn't mean the baseball bat never wins, but the knife is going to win most of the time.
You do have an advantage, obviously, yeah.
Definitely. It was a 6-inch knife. That was just to clarify, and I remember.
Oh, really?
A 6-inch knife versus a 34-inch baseball bat. And people, for some reason, thought like, "Oh, you've got range," and I say, "What do you think? It's like a pike or something?
What's the environment too? Are you in
it was
like
just
a
level.
hallway?
No, it's just a level playing field, just a level open. Space.
Who has the high ground?
Oh yeah, who has the high ground here?
Obi-Wan.
Okay.
Is Obi-Wan holding the baseball bat or the knife?
He's just watching. No, he's just watching. He's not like.
He's gooning in the corner.
Okay,
well,
then
speaking of Goon,
gooning my religion.
Speaking of Goon, Plate of Goon as our final one. Alex got me into Minecraft when he released his IHE is over video. I had no idea it could be so peaceful until I saw the parody, so I bought it with the first money I ever earned. Thanks, Alex. Do you guys like Minecraft?
No. For babies.
Terrible game, actually.
It gives me headaches.
I only play adult games like Call of Duty.
Yeah, it gives us all headaches as well. Minecraft is just a headache.
I'm waiting for them to add like a battle pass or something actually addictive,
Yeah.
I can't actually make my own fun. I need to have it sort of like dictated to me in some regard, and most of it just be based on like predatory ways of nesting into my brain,
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. I mean,
just sort of a shit game all around, isn't it? Really?
Don't like Minecraft. Gives me headaches.
I like Minecraft too, though.
Yeah, that's a good game. I like Fortress Craft as well.
Yeah.
Well.
Oh,
that's
fucking!
all
I
I've
bought
got, guys.
Fortress Craft.
As soon as Fortress Craft starts being mentioned, I'm out.
That was Keemstar's, wasn't it?
Yeah, he made it.
Yeah.
How he made his riches. Well, you guys have any final words?
No.
Please head to Goon UK and place an order with Goon, and I can have it shipped out like tomorrow, So use jar code. Use code
SACK
to get 5% off your first order with free shipping.